And while I'm sitting here on the top at this lookout, I'm still in Jamaica, so I'm looking out over the city. And while just sitting here in this meds, as I was even driving here, driving through the streets, just really meditating and listening to what I'm seeing a lot of is extraction. The word extraction kept coming up. Thank you for the follow, peace, and welcome in. And because it is time to extract. And for those who don't know what a soul extraction is, basically the shadow work that needs to be done that allows us to extract the sensations of information, which is aka the feelings, aka the subconscious mind, the feminine energy. We're not here to wallow in the mud with our feelings, but are you feeling some things? Yes, we're feeling some things. We're being shown some things. Revelation of truth is not pretty. It's not comfortable. It's not beautiful. Although it can be beautiful if you understand truth to be beautiful. It can be hideous and beautiful at the same time. This is why I say walk with your ugly until it becomes beautiful. And so the soul extraction gives you the opportunity to pull back what is not for you in whatever is coming up through you. All right. Greetings. I'm definitely feeling shift right now. Ashe. We feeling the shift in the shit in the shift. We are shifting. We are sifting. And a lot of us are feeling it, especially many of you who are generational curse breakers are feeling it. Greetings. Are feeling it within anywhere within your body. Some of you may be having issues around the area of the sacral chakra because that's the emotional body. Some of you may be feeling little heart pinches, things happening in the heart because that's your heart chakra, which regulates the sacral chakra because the heart regulates the emotional body, right? Some of you may be having headaches because that is the third eye in connection. And when I say this, this is the three pack, right? That I usually tell us to work with in terms of allowing yourself to feel in the sacral so that the truth can be revealed in your third eye so that you may be healed in your heart. It is a truth. It is a revelation that brings the healing. So you may be feeling certain things in this area because these energy centers, I'm going to say these little main nodes, these main pod energy centers are really pulling through your emotional body. Your emotional body is where you're feeling a lot of things first and foremost because you're feeling things. It's the sensations thereof that have come to bring you the information thereof. But if you allow yourself, greetings, and welcome in. If you allow yourself to have the extraction through the contractions, because we are contracting, the earth is contracting, things are happening that are pulling us in. You're literally feeling it in your body being pulled in. And for some of you, it's like as you feel the pull in, you're feeling the pull out, which is the extraction. We're extracting what no longer serves us. We are pulling away from the demonic attacks, the entities, the energies, all of the opposition that wants to siphon your light. And so the extraction is happening for clarity purposes. It's bringing clarity to your soul. It's allowing you to have the truth that you're here to behold. Ashe. So if we don't have a soul extraction, how are we going to have a transcendence or a true release? What I'm hearing is that the extraction is the release. If we're not allowing the feelings to come through and then be able to extract, meaning we're readdressing, we're able to address some things and face some things, face the wounds of doom, because that's where it's taken us. In the confusion of it all, you're going to be doomed by the wounds. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And so the wounds are that weak link right now. And a lot of people this is where what I'm seeing in this extraction, in this moment in time right now, what I'm seeing with a lot of light workers and a lot of light warriors, where we're going to be stopped is where we don't know what's in the heart. Where we're going to be stopped is that at the level of engagement with your wounds. right? And I spoke to someone today about it, and it was like, you're not recognizing your wounds. And it's not for me to really tell you what they are. For us to find our wounds, we have to be willing to look into the mirror of life, the reflection of life, and be able to say, ooh, I see that pattern. I see you. We have to be willing to see it for ourselves. If not, then you're not really facing anything. It can't be someone else that brings you to it. Not that they can't help you, but you have to see it for yourself. And the moment you see the wound, right? A lot of us can't see the wounds because we won't even acknowledge and admit we have wounds. When I brought this up, it was said, I don't like that word. Of course you don't like that word, because the dark parts of you that don't want to work on it does not like it and is in a resistance to the word. That's the egoic part of you. That is the part of you that wants to protect the damaged goods, because the ego is hardwired to protect. So if we don't extract, if we don't have a soul extraction, which allows for the true release, then we're going to be stuck in the fallacy of this protection, this witness protection, right? This fake ass witness protection that some of us are under, the false prophecies that run through some of our souls because we're not bearing witness to the truth that we behold in the valleys of our souls. Ashe? So this is a time for us to really sit up in the moment, to not wallow in anything for too long, and really allow the extraction to take place. This is the true transcendence. We're here. The soul extraction is the meat of the soul's ascension. It is what is going to get you there to the ascension in your soul. You're not going to ascend just by gathering and collecting information. Age of the knowing. Yes, we're in the age of the knowing. Yes, we're in the fifth dimension. But it's not just about harboring information, right? It's about what we do, what we're doing with ourselves, with our souls, what we're doing with the truths. And so we're here to transcend. In order to have the soul ascension, there's some things we got to transcend. We're unfolding. The lotus flower needs to open, right? And that lotus flower is every bit of all 7 of your energy centers through your core that needs to open up. And these layers of you is the only view that you need to see of you. Pulling what we need to pull apart, detaching, depersonalizing, that's what extracting looks like. All right, for those of you who are just joining, welcome. I am Celestial Earth, and we are diving deep, a little deep into our souls of doing an extraction. For those who may not understand what an extraction is, thank you for the heart, me. Some of us may not understand what an extraction is, but it's very necessary for the soul right now. It is the shadow work that must needs be done in order to get to this next level. Some of us are being held back because we haven't done the extract, right? There's an extraction that is taking place, and we get that opportunity with the moon. As I was saying, if you look at the moon, we just had a new moon in Taurus, right? The explorer, Dora the Explorer Taurus, right? That wants us to explore the spiritual realms, the spiritual domain, so to speak. Well, that's what the full moon is going to bring us to, because it's the full moon in Sagittarius. That's what I meant when the explorer. Okay, I was thinking more of the full moon, so that's ahead of us. But what just happened was the new moon in Taurus, possessions, the material world, our relationships, all of that is an opportunity. It's being reevaluated through our accountability. It's the accountability acts. And that's what soul extraction is too. The soul extract is an accountability act. Being able to face the self, face the soul, look in the mirror and say, what's the part that I play in it? What am I here to release? What am I here to face? Because I can't fix it unless I face it. So what am I here to face? Yes, the butterfly, the values, We're here to reevaluate. The new moon that just happened is giving us that opportunity to reevaluate some relationships, some perspectives on some material things. How do you see them? So you may be going through something where you feel like a certain relationship is falling apart. You just feel different about people and things. You're like, what the hell is going on? Like, because it is being updated, it's being shifted up so that you can see what true values are. You're being allowed to reevaluate these true values that says this is this type of relationship. We're being able to really sift through some of these people, some of these entities that has taken form in the vessels of these people that proclaim to be there for us, but we're seeing through that. And it's not to hate, it's not to separate in a way of I don't want to be around you, but it is to separate in terms of separate the attachment that you had. That's the separation that has to happen. It has to be within. And separating the attachment that you had to that noun, to that person, place, or thing, to that idea, to that concept. It is a separation that we must take place in order to transcend. We got to let go. So the extraction is all a part of this. A full extraction involves having a transcendence. It involves having an awareness of what is and what isn't. And then being able to be brave enough to transcend it beyond your personal preferences. Ashe, longevity, yes. Legacy and staying power, yes, butterfly. And commitments. Thank you for adding to that. We need that longevity. It is the legacy and it is our staying power. So we have to, the practical application. I don't like to tell people what we got to do, but I'm speaking what's true right now. And it's time to really take our soul perspective into consideration. Let me see what you're saying here. Sometimes the contractions feel like a spiraling down and the extraction brings grief. Yes, that explains it just right. The contraction may feel like I'm just spiraling down or out of control. And then the extracting is like the grief that hits with it. So it's like you're spiraling down, you feel out of control, and then so you feel like at a loss for something. If you feel out of control, then it's like I lost something, right? And any loss is grief. So then you begin to feel this grief. You begin to feel like, ugh, I lost something. I lost my gifts. I lost whatever it is. And I know, I've been through it. I've been through it about feeling this loss and feeling this shift to know that this is what needs to be extracted. This is a transcendence of time in time. And if we don't have this, I'm saying this as well to I'm saying this as a warning to those who are really playing around with life and think that they can just take on information and not do anything in their life. There has to be an extraction of your wounds. You have to be willing to face your wounds. I don't care how much information you gather and you get. If you don't open up the valve in your soul, if you don't let go or release and allow some type of filtration to take place through your soul, then you're not truly elevating and evolving. You're not having the soul extraction that is necessary for the ascension. It's an essential tool to the ascension. Ashe? So whatever it is that you're feeling, it's to look at it and say, what is the part that I play in it? How is this to me? How does this affect me? What is it that I need to extract? Don't fall for the okie doke and the surface level things that you see happening around you. It's deeper than that. This is why I'm talking about a soul extraction, right? Because I just experienced something with the family where it feels like they may feel like they won, like that parasitic energy may feel like they won the battle because they think they got their way, but you did not, because I did not allow you to take me into it. I removed myself. You got to do what you want, and you thought that I was fighting you on that, but I was not. And so you still lose. Right? And a lot of us got to realize that these entities, these energies that are operating, by the way, through your friends and families, this is why that new moon was, you know, highlighting it's like the new moon was saying, hey, did you get your reevaluation? You know, that issue that's happening with you, did you reevaluate? Yeah, because that's what this is for. This is not for you to be looking how to compensate. You know, I want to be compensated for my loss. No, there's no comp men's loss, right? It's get lost in the sauce. It's take the loss, take the L. It's going to feel like a L until you really realize it's a win. It's a wisdom in the wind that we win. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Tap the heart, tap the hearts for those who come in. I have to keep tapping it because that's how it helps others find the way, find the frequencies, the high frequencies. Ashe. So when I say it's real. It's real out here in these spiritual streets, and they come in. Those of you who are really doing the work, they are coming and they are gunning for you. Right? Some of you are really lighting the fire, lighting the blaze, like I see someone doing here, and it's like, oh, they gunning for you. Please know that they are. And so you got to be mindful of who you step with, what you step with, who you walk with, who's representing you, who's representing with you, through you. How are they representing you? Are you seeing respect? And we're not here to ask for respect anymore. We're gone beyond that. But we're here to recognize if the energy that is flowing is not reciprocal energy, if it's not respecting your space, your domains, then we have to make a decision. And we have to extract ourselves from the situation. Ashe? Let me see. When you detach from the false self and the other falsifications ignite falsely, you will be able to respond in silence. Okay, Ashe to that. So when you detach from the false self and the other falsifications ignite falsely, you will be able to respond in silence. But we got to be able to face those falsifications and know that they are false, and know that their fear base, which is false evidence appearing real, it's not real. There's no reality to it. This appears as if they see you and see that they do not. So yeah, it would appear that they see you, but you know that they don't see you. Right? Let me make sure that's what you're saying. This appears as if they see you and you see that they do not. Yes. So they see you, but you can see that they don't see you. And they may say, yeah, I see you. Yeah, I understand. The extraction, the soul extraction teaches you, do not just take what people are saying. Look at the energy that surrounds them and that moves through them. Look at how they get into contact with you. Look through whom they get into contact with you, and what does that person stand for? What does that energy say? This is how we look at things right now. What is it that's being given to you and reciprocated to you? If there's any reciprocation at all, we need energetic reciprocation, deposits of energetic reciprocation. If they're not depositing this respect, if they're not depositing reciprocity, energetic reciprocity with you, then it is time to reevaluate this plan. Okay, your data plan is up, and it's time to reevaluate and shift, rest, reflect, to elevate, to shift, and transcend to that next level. Because this attachment, this is your egoic attachment that holds you in bondage, right? Yes, establishing worth within. Ashe. We have to establish the worthiness within us. This is why we got to pay attention to our solar plexus. Your I am. Are you worthy? Do you feel worthy? Especially with what's going on in your root chakra. Because if you're shaking in your root and you got fears in your root, then it's going to hold back your identity body from being who you have come here to be. Ashe? So this extraction, as I'm talking about it, and there's a very big seriousness to this, because the families are really falling apart, and not in a bad way, but like a lot of us are really seeing the uptick in the demonic cult, the desperation of the demonic cult to hold, to stick to its glue, to stick to its guns. They're going for the next generation, which is pretty much our generation right now, because those older ones, those older gatekeepers are passing it down. And we won't see it if we don't allow ourselves to have this extraction of the soul. See, because if you're extracting things from your soul, think about it, right? If you're extracting things from your soul, you are also extracting the possibility of the demonic grip. You're extracting the wounds, because demons are just wounds. That's it. As I was telling the person who's like, "Oh, I don't like that word." Well, whether you like it or not, it's a truth. We are held bound by our wounds, right? And your wounds are your demons. For those who don't like the word demons, either we can't appease everybody, but the demons are the wounds and the wounds are the demons. And so if we don't face these wounds, there's no such thing as kick it under the rug and leave it there. If we don't face these wounds, then we shall be doomed. That's the doom. We are our own doomsday, because the light is going to do what it's doing. The light intensity is going to continue to pick up. We're going to continue to be activating the light on the light grid for in fifth dimension. That's another thing. Soul extraction that helps with the soul ascension and the DNA activation. All of that together is helping to activate the light grid, which is all a grid of information, and we're all part of the light grid. So when we activate ourselves, when we have our DNA activation, and we take the extraction that allows us to have the soul ascension, then we activate the light grid. We get the light grid active, right? And so, which helps others to find these frequencies. The more we activate the light grid, the more it comes into visibility. And this happens through soul work, shadow work, extraction. So if you're trying to help the world, heal the world, I was going to say hell the world, because, the world is, we all in, a type of hell. And in order to get out of hell's bounds, get out of hell's kitchen, is to start facing the things we need to face. It's to not even get entangled. For those of us who are being detached, depersonalizing, not allowing these entities to attach itself to you or to manipulate. There's a great manipulation going on, and it's in these very subtle ways. So the people who are not going to see these subtle ways are those who are not really doing the work, sifting through the work. And I can't even say you're not doing it. It's just you have not found the wound. You have not found the pattern and the wound in the pattern. Some people could find patterns and they still haven't found the wound. Some people could find wounds all the time, but they still have not found the pattern. We need both. We need to find the wounds, past, present, future, however you want to look at it, and we need to find the pattern. We need to see the pattern of these wounds. Because the moment you find the pattern is the moment that you're uncovering something from your past life. That's past life regression right there, is finding the pattern. When you find the pattern, then you are doing essentially your own past life regression. Because the pattern is going to tell you what's in your karmic imprint. Why do you keep seeing that same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again? It's in your karmic imprint. It is the karmic trauma of the soul. And it's for you to find this trauma, because the trauma becomes your treasure. So you need to go find that buried treasure. And that buried treasure is your karma. Ashe, let me see what you're saying. Had to let go of a job today. Yes, because they were gaslighting and lying. I couldn't allow my energy to stay in that environment. Ashe, that's why I'm saying there's some things that we had to let go. And see, that's new moon in Taurus energy right there. You're reevaluating. You're having accountability. We're seeing where, you know what, I don't even need that. A lot of us are getting a taste of a whole new, like, it's feeling like Jasmine and Aladdin on the red carpet. A whole new world. We are just like seeing a new level of liberation. I was just saying that today, because I was facing things I had to let go. I had to let go of a certain type of relationship or family member that I'm here helping out, doing all of this honored. I'm honored to do so, but I had to also release. This is the give and take. This is the balance. When I say separate, I don't mean we got to let go of people completely. I'm learning how to coexist in the love frequency by letting go. And because I let go, because I separate from my attachment to you in a certain way through the heartstrings, then I am in a better position to accept and allow you to be who you are, and for me to detach and still be in my boundaries of doing what I need to do, and not allowing fear, guilt, shame, or grief to pull me in and manipulate me to do things that you want. Right. And it was something simple, like when I tell y'all, like, this just was a family member that wanted to go and visit another family member with my vehicle, but not compromise, want me to over compromise and go out of my way to go and take them, but not compromise to come with me where I have to go after that. And I looked at it, and then spirit was showing me, you better not move, you better not budge, you better not turn back, you better not just let them. It may seem very simple, like, I know it looks simple, and I had to tell them, look, I'm not trying to be difficult, but it's a principality right here involved. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's principalities. This is a principle. So even though it looks easy, like, oh yeah, I could just take you there and come back, or I could lend you the car and you go and you come back before I leave, and it will be so. But it wasn't about that. It was about not allowing things to happen through this spirit of manipulation, because I see it. And so I have to set a boundary and say, I'm not going to let you draw me out, because the thing is, we're responsible for what we see and know. So if you see something and you don't act accordingly, then it is more damage and harm to you than the person who's doing what they do. So when you see it, this when you start to get headaches and stuff. When we see things, don't play with that third eye. The third eye is telling you what's happening in the energetic field. And if we see things, yet we still cater to particular person, places, or things without regards of what we are seeing, then we're playing with our third eye, and that sets back a negative emotion, and that sets the heart chakra to over-regulating these emotions that set tripping off of the perception that wasn't adhered to, of a skewed perception, because you want to give grace, because you want to be the nice guy, because you want to believe, because whatever the reason is that you give yourself, we got to stop hiding under the disguise of grace, right? Over committing to things under the disguise of grace, under the disguise of saving face. This is not an extraction. And you will be all balled up in a contraction, all in your heart, all in your energy, balled up, because you're not in your authenticity. Being in your authenticity means you adhere to the things that you bear witness to in your third eye, particularly in the energetic realm, right? The truth needs no proof, no evidence. So I'm not talking about what's evidenced in front of you. I'm talking about the things that you're seeing in the energetic realm. Okay, people are doing things physically, yes, but you're reading the energy. I'm speaking to my readers. If you're reading the energy, to know that you read correctly. Don't try to, make it seem a way because it's better for your perception or somebody else's perception. This is not that time. Ashe? Yes, I'm not in compliance with the distortion. That part right there. When you see the distortion, that is it. And I had to say, look, you may not see it, but I see it. And I'm not even going to waste my time keep talking to you about it. I'm at a point where I had to tell them, I don't care enough about y'all to correct y'all. Some of us got to say that, or think that, or feel that. Write it down. Put it in front of you. I don't care enough to want to correct you. Let people stand in their foolishness, right? And set your boundaries. Because I had to let something go, that, like how you had to let a job go, Butterfly. I feel like I had to let a job go because I had a commitment to this job. And when I commit, look, the Virgo in me don't play. When I commit to a job, them Virgo tendencies in me is like, we not do it till you get it right. It's like, we not leaving this platform till the job is done and done correctly. And so it could feel like the job is unfinished. But I had to let it go. Spirit was showing me, hey, you did your part. They made their decision. Let him be. You've taken care of him as much as you can. So when they're casting their spells and he's under their spell, leave them alone. Leave him alone when he's under the spell. And I had to let him go. It's my relative. It's the patriarch, you know. Some of you may have seen the videos. It's my grandpa. I love him, but I had to still stand in a place where, okay, I could take care of him, but I got to let him go. Let them go. Let the she-wolves have them, because that's what's happening. The she-wolves in the family, oh, they cutting up, and they desperately grasping for the masculine energy. Desperately, you hear me? Because they bout the distortions. They want you to be distorted. They want you to think it's something else. Some of y'all are involved in some demonic engagements and co-signing, and you don't even know. This is why I said, if you truly are a light worker, light warrior, if you're light bringer, then this is a time where you want to be very careful about where you place yourself and your children in the vicinity, particularly with family, because they're leeching, they're loose, and they're leeching, and they're looking to attach themselves to the next generation. There's a generational shift. So there's different shifts that we're feeling, okay? There's us that's shifting with the light. There's this demonic shift change that is taking place where they are desperately grasping, right? There's a lot of shifts taking place. So we got to be willing to be like, look, I'm not with this. Can you get with it? No, I cannot. We cannot get with it, right? The get with it is to get with your extraction. Face what you need to face and get with your extraction. Least it becomes a distraction, right? I love, let me see, a little... have. Sorry, I have a Lilith. I'm saying little. I have a Lilith Gemini in the 10th house. So I definitely not staying at a job. Oh, you can't say you like me. Maybe I have something like that. No, my Lilith is not there. That's not where my Lilith is. But my midhaven is there. And so at a surface level, you know, the midhaven is how you show up to. And like, I was like, I can't keep a job for nothing, because I'll just walk off. I don't let these things like get to me, y'all. Like the 3D world, the system, I don't give a damn about the system. I don't care how they do things. I was just thinking about that today. Oh, you got it. I'm here in Jamaica, and it's like when you ask people about a house, like, and you hear the script, it all sounds like a script. Oh, you got to do this, and you got to sign up for this. And I'm looking at them like, no, the hell you don't. You just got to acquire land, but you got to be prepared to till the soil. Land is there for you, but you got to go get it. But I'm not doing what the system is doing. Like, oh, go get this paperwork, go get, no. Right? I'm the type to be like, no, we going to do it this way. This is another way. You're not going to have me following along in your trap. It don't mean nothing. They just want to be in your business, and they want to keep you, you know, keep tabs on you. And it's like, no, I'm not it's not even about that. That's the more paranoia part of it, or conspiracy part of it. It's principality. I'm not doing it because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Land is here for all of us. Why, if I know that you're corrupt in your system, why would I do things that is obedient to your system? Why would I obey your corrupt system? Now that is a sin. Talk about that. See, people, this is what I mean. A lot of us, yeah, we be spiritual, but we still be in bondage because we be obligated to their programming. We be obligated to what they got going on. And it's like, no, why would I be obligated to a corrupt system? The system is corrupt. That means I owe you nothing. You are corrupt. People are in their wounds. This was another thing I heard the family member said to this about the patriarch, is that he's obligated. To who? To you and your wounds? Nobody's obligated to you. If you feel like something's obligated to you, then you're in some kind of wound. You got some kind of wound that you got to deal with. You got some nerve, you know? You got some nerve, which means something's on your nerve, right? I'm hearing Tina Turner. Oh, there's something on my mind. Won't somebody please Tell me what's wrong. You such a fool. You know you in love. What you say? Yeah, you a fool because you done fell in love instead of standing in it. Right? Something on my mind, something on my nerve. The nerve is what carries the feelings. Physical and spiritual, visible and invisible, whatever feelings you get, it hits a nerve. Nerve, feelings, sensations. This is a sensation in the information. And this is what we're here to extract. So when you feel some type of way, instead of wallowing in it, extract what you need to extract while you just breathe into it. Extract what's necessary. Ashe, let me see if I can see some of what you were saying. Yes, I have to do the sorting. Yep, sorting the extractions, as you say. Yes, we got to do a lot of sorting out because this is it. This is it. Let me put this. Can it hold? No, it's not holding. I was trying to see. Okay, let me put y'all right there. I got to do a split screen right now, or let me just put it right here so I can see everybody. All right, if you're coming in, welcome in. I am an energy alchemist, so I'm talking about soul extraction because that's a part of alchemizing energy. If you're not extracting what needs to be extracted, how are you alchemizing? How are you changing the frequencies, changing the tones, right? Let me see what you were saying. Today I solicited a cosmic, attach for alchemizing my ancestral bloodline. I know there has been a shift in the octaves. Yes, definitely. Thank you for that. How did I miss that? There's definitely a shift in the octaves. We're feeling a shift in the layers, if you will. It's almost like the octaves are the layers, and the ancestors are really speaking. The ancestors in the wind, our bloodline is coming online, and the ancestors within, which are the answers within the blood, is activating because you're witnessing and you're seeing and you're bringing it into the root and allowing the root to bear fruit from the roots, if that makes sense, to allowing the root to set the foundation in you, allowing the root to remind you that there is no fear because you have abundance. You live in a mind state of abundance, right? So you're not looking at any lack or limitation. And when you strengthen and you fortify your root chakra as your physical body, then your solar plexus is empowered because of that truth, because of knowing that there is no fear, but you transmute that fear, you transcend that fear into love, into the love frequency. This is what existing in the love frequency is. It's allowing the love to be the base rather than the fear, right? The false evidence appearing real, the things that we see that is neither here nor there. Right? Good. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. What does it say? Kali? Bang. Kali Fu Bang Guru. Am I saying that right? So I'm going to just say Kali. Kali as in Kali Ma energy. Right? You only obligated to yourself. Ashe, ashe. Relationship is a two-way track. Yep. It's two-way. And that's exactly what I said. So if you're feeling one way, this is one of the things. This is how you know if a certain relationship you're having is getting this uplift, right? Is getting this pressure clean from the new moon, in Taurus, that is also engaged with the other planets. We have Pluto in retrograde, bringing the truth, the death to rebirth transformation. It's helping us to go back over some things. Going in retrograde is saying, hey, I need y'all to really relook at some truths, right? And to add to what you were saying, Kali, about the two-way street. This is a two-way street. So I found that, make this very simple. If you're feeling like it's one way, then it is. If you feeling like this is a two-way street, but you're feeling that you're giving, but it's not giving back. You're having consideration, but the consideration is not, being returned. When you feel that, believe what you feel, because that is the truth that is being revealed. Right? You got to recognize and say, hey, this is not a two-way street. And you got to look carefully, because sometimes they make it look like they're giving to you, but they're not. They're putting things in front of you to falsely to have you to trust them. It's a trust tactic. It's a manipulation tactic to manipulate you to trusting them. So don't just look at, oh, but they do things for me. That's not what reciprocal energy is. It's not just about people that do things for you. That's not what the two-way street is about. It's not just people doing things for you, but it is a two-way street is you getting back what you give. You give the respect. Do you get the respect back? And I don't mean people saying to you that I respect you. I mean in the energy. Do you feel the two-way street happening, or do you feel that you're putting out and putting out and putting out, and the return is being talked about, but you're not feeling it? There's a difference. And so when we soul extract, we practice getting into our keen senses to listening to these things, so that we can see what is there to extract in the soul, right? A diversion, yes. Let me see. Being able to read in between the lines. Yes, understanding the language of the undercurrents. Yes, I'd be like, y'all not seeing what's in the underbelly, okay? There's something happening but there's something in the underbelly that y'all ain't seeing. You're not seeing the beast, right? In the belly. You're not seeing who's carrying feelings and stuff like that. And yes, it is a diversion, right? Having a diversion. Your needs being met, your boundaries being respected. Yes. Are your needs being met in the situation? Are your boundaries being respected and reciprocated? A lot of times they don't respect your boundaries. This is what I had to say. It's like, look, I know you're, and don't take it personal. This is why I say depersonalize. They are unconsciously behaving this way. Things are happening at a surface level unconsciously, but demonically conscious, right? In the demonic realm, in the parasitic entanglement realm, oh, they know what they're doing. Those entities that are using people, they know what they're doing, because they know, and they know how to tap into the information field. They're already in the information field. And so they know what that person needs and wants, and they know how to mask it or masquerade them around so that they can get to a source supply, a light source of supply, to be able to extract. See, the demons be extracting, just not in the way that we're talking about, but they know how to extract some things from people, pull from them, draw on them, poke at them. It's some poking going on, y'all. Pay attention. Don't take it lightly. It's not just, oh, but we're going here, and oh, this is all. That's what it was said to me. Well, all I wanted to do was go over there. All I wanted to do was, no, but it's bigger than that. It's not that simple. You know, and we got to learn how to, for me, I had to put myself on the back burner today. It was like, I want to go and visit that other relative too, but I couldn't because of the manipulation that was being used to do so, and I couldn't give into that manipulation. I had to authenticate the vibratory field in truth. And that's how we win. That's how we activate the light grid. It'd be little stuff. It'd be like, oh, well, you could have just lent me the car to go here. No, I cannot. Because then I'm going to fall in a ditch, because I've fallen for the manipulation tactic. The principalities that I'm streaming on are tethered to your manipulation. I can't be tethered to that. This is how serious it is. This is the real battle. This is the real warfare. And so you got to be able to extract. I had to extract certain feelings out the way to really look at it. I had to extract my own purposes and preferences, even, to kind of be inclined to wanting to do that. I had to extract any feelings of guilt, because that was dropped on me as well. Because it's like, damn, you not doing nothing. Like, can you just let us do this till you get back? Like, or till you wake up? Like, your car's just sitting there. We could be doing this. It's like, damn, I do feel bad. Like, you could. And it was like, nope. Follow the energy. Follow the energy. It feel like Dorothy on the yellow brick road. When you feel yourself getting pulled off the road. Nope. Let's get back to the yellow brick road. Follow the energy. Follow the energy. right? Energetic boundary setting, yes. Set your energetic boundaries. Have it set. Let me see. Did I see this right? Okay, let me make sure I get it. It really can't be one-sided. Exactly. Even in friendships, yes, it can never be one-sided. You have to look, this has to be a two-way street. That's the reciprocity. The reciprocity is not a one-way street. If it's a one-way street, there is no reciprocity, right? It has to be balanced. Yes, that's the harmonizing of the duality. When you are in a relationship, the other is either giving and receiving as you are doing, or they're learning you to extract from you. Yes. And those be the warlock and witch energy. They be around you to learn to extract and to siphon from you. And that extraction can come in the form of killing you. Yes. Your own people, your own family and friends, under the disguise of I'm doing this and that for you. They will be killing you. It is dangerous, y'all. It's dangerous out there in them spiritual streets. So the soul extraction has to be done. Has to be, right? I really can't believe that just, yes, that is what happened. Believe it, right? Word, Ashe. I'm glad you see it that way. I've been told that before. It's like we need more of you. And that's what I was saying. What was different with me, and I'm not saying it like I'm just the everything in the world, but I am one of the best people in the world. I'm not finna deny that. I'm very disciplined when it comes to spirit, and I put spirit first. I put myself on the back burner. I check myself right away as soon as I feel something. I'm extracting. I'm always extracting. So I kind of extract simultaneously sometimes. It just naturally happens. It's like an extraction. When you start to practice extracting, you'll be able to do it like simultaneously, right? But there'll still be some big things. Like right now, this is one of the things, because it has to do with my family. It's very big. It's like a big, heartstring, if you will. So I had to really handle it correctly. And I had to put me on the back burner and put my preference on the back burner. That's the practice. When you're extracting, you don't got time for your preference. Your preference is not the priority. Say it with me. My preference is not the priority. It is not the principal priority. We are talking about principalities of spirit. And so your flesh can't be the priority. You can't be working in the principalities of spirit and then you putting your flesh first. Like, oh, I'm spiritual, but I really want to do this. Whenever you feel yourself really wanting something, stop and look at it. Make sure it is because sometimes it's a heavy call because it's in spiritual engagement. But sometimes something is pulling on you, and we know the difference. Some things are pulling on you just because you want it, right? In the form of a spoiled soul, you want it. And we're here to be like, no, you can't have that. You got to parent your own soul. You got to be just like you'll tell your kids, no, I don't care how you feel. You can't have that. That's how you got to do yourself. No, I don't care how you feel. You can't have that. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. As I was telling one of them today, I was like, the difference between me and you is like, I stop myself. There will be things that I really want, but I sit there and say, no, this is not the priority. What really needs to happen? What really needs to take place? Divine, show me. Show me what's happening, why this is coming up. I don't want to just jump and do something because I feel like it, or because my feelings were triggered, so I feel like it. No. Let the feeling be based in truth so that I can feel like it, like I'm in it to win it. Ashe? Yes, self-love all the way. Soliciting, I think it says destination, the situation. Soliciting the situation may lack the tactic vulnerability to others, weaponizing your vulnerability in the name of their insecurity. Yes. So you can weaponize it. Let me make sure I get what you're saying. Soliciting the situation. I think it says the destination. I don't know what that word is. It may be misspelled. It would look like it want to say destination and situation at the same time, like a destined situation, right? A destination, destined situation. Um, may lack the tactic, right? And so it may, I guess what that is saying is that it may lack the vulnerability, the tactic, the tact that you have to be vulnerable to others. It may lack that, right? And then people who weaponize vulnerability will weaponize vulnerability in the name of their insecurity, right? And then that's how they project things onto you, like guilt and shame and all of that, because they weaponize their vulnerability. Oh, look at me, I'm so vulnerable. Look at me and trust me and all of that, right? Because they're insecure about some things. And this is why we got to find the wounds, right? Share the live, encourage more. Yes, Ashe, thank you for the share. Thank you for that. And as I said, I'm just talking to you all about alchemy. Let's alchemize, right? This is how the temples rise, when we begin to alchemize. Alchemize your energies and your frequencies accordingly. And the extraction is definitely a part of that. And I'm here to let y'all know we're not going to get anywhere without the extraction. As I was telling someone even the day before, like they're wondering, why can't we just get it together? And it's like, because there's no extracting. People are not going in and looking at what they don't have, not in the place of lack, but they're not going in and looking in at themselves and realizing that, hey, I don't have the respect for something. They're not recognizing, hey, something's up here. Something's going on. And they need that recognition. Right? Ashe, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for subscribing to the prescription that we're vibing on right now. This is a spiritual prescription, right? To give you what's going on according to your description. What are we describing? We got to describe something before we could prescribe. Ashe? So, I mean, I share all of that with you. Faithfully, it is, gone somewhere. I'm feeling the throat chakra saying water, water, water. So I need to adhere to it. But I really wanted to just do this live. I haven't been able to do a video. And so a lot of things have been coming up. And I want to talk specifically about the moon. As I said, this is very layered. And as we're doing extraction work and extracting in the soul, I want to talk more about the moon phases being a part of this extraction of our inner world. Like, what are we extracting when the moon is at this particular phase? There's a type of extraction, or a percentage of extraction, if you will, that may be happening. So we're going to get more, into that. There's some things to discuss about the 555. I didn't get to post that video, but you'll see it, soon. I made the video while I was in the grill, and about the radical changes. 555, North Node was at a 5, South Node was at a 5, at Pisces, on the Pisces Virgo axis. Pluto was at a 5. And when I say the Pisces Virgo axis, I just mean that straight line going across from Pisces to Virgo. They're a direct opposite of each other, right? And there's that we got going on. There's Pluto that was in retrograde at 5 degrees. Pluto is trying to Uranus that has just shifted into Gemini, so air signs. They're both air signs. And so that trine is more of a harmonic relation that's happening between them in regards to the revelation of truth, Pluto, and radical changes, Uranus. So we're ready. We're a little bit more ready to make some changes. We just got to be willing. We got to be willing to be like, okay, it's time for this radical change, right? Soul extraction. Allow yourself, and that's going to be the key. Extract what needs not be so that you can see what really is there for thee. Ashe. Extract what must not be so we could see what's really there for thee. I don't know if I said it exactly that way or not, but I said it, so I meant it. Right? So speaking to you live at the top of you know, Jack's Hill, at the top of the hill overlooking the city of Kingston, and just sharing that, you know, this moment and this meds with you all. So we'll see when I can get back on, share some more information, shed some light. If you get a chance on TikTok, the video is there that I posted about this soul ascension. But if you were here in the live, then you got it. And if you go to my page, you can always go to the live in case you missed it. All right. Extraction is redemption. Yes, it is the redemption song. Thank you. A black man redemption. I forgot how it go, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Or you could be singing redemption song. These songs of freedom is all I ever ask. Right? This is the redemption song. It's time to redeem yourselves, redeem your soul, redeem your higher self. Redemption time is to emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Emancipate yourselves from the wounds that keep you in bondage and in mental slavery. The emancipation power is up to you. All right, so be true to you. Ashe, giving you all lots of love and light. Light, 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 and joy. And we will convene again. For those who have joined for the first time, thank you, welcome, and feel free to come again as we continue to alchemize these frequencies, right? So enjoy the rest of your rising/night timing, whatever this is for you, and I send you all lots of love, light, peace, soul. Ashe.